College students across the country shared their thoughts about the attack on Paris last Friday. They also gave their take on how to deal with terrorism.
What's going on with Paris right now, that happened last Friday, I don't know if it's a good idea to have troops on the ground at all, just because we really don't need to go back into war in an economy that's now just recovering.
I believe President Obama is not handling ISIS well, simply because he is not doing enough. Just airstrikes are not enough to take care of what is happening. And while we are scared of putting boots on the ground, it might be necessary in order to combat this evil.
A solution to terrorism is education. It's a long-term, it's proven.
We really take hold of this extremist movement. I think one of the best things is education of different cultures and religions. It's also just, trying to get people out there and having people speak out against it also helps.
It's all based on the perspective of how we look at the word terrorism, you know what I mean? I have a Muslim friend who gets picked on every day, and he's always talking about how he's looked at from our perspective as a terrorist, but he's just an innocent young man, he just goes to CFC and he's just here, and he talks about that every day. And I just think with the word terrorism and what's really going on, I think we just need to find the parallels and the truth behind it and get to the bottom of it and solve it the right way.
I think there's only so much you can do. You can't, when you try to predict a bunch of attacks and everything, that just leads to a lot of, we have a huge racial profiling problem right now in the United States, and that's just only going to emphasize it, because you can't just predict attacks. At one point, you can do the best you can, but you can't get inside their minds.
And my question to Lindsey Graham would be, how do you cut funds from education or something just to double troops and support for other things? I mean, I think it's incredibly important. I definitely agree with him that we should support them in every single way possible to fight ISIL and ISIS. However, I just want to know, what gets cut because we want to do that? If it's education, then I disagree with them.
A life lesson to be taken from this is don't take your life for granted. Live every moment, because anything like this can happen at any time, and you have to take advantage of life while you still have it.
I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that this is just a learning experience, even though we're very advanced in not only technology, but how others think. I feel like our country has grown stronger, and not only that, together. So we all grieve together, and we all help support each other.
One of my life lessons from this attack in Paris, as well as other attacks, is that you're never fully safe, no matter what you are, no matter what you're doing. Somebody could end your life, and it's very frightening. However, we have to move on with our lives, and we have to combat such threats.
If you kind of give in to these fears or something, that gives ISIS more power and everything. To me, it also taught me to go reach out back to my family, and really do make sure you let your loved ones know that you care about them, because you never know, you could be out at a concert one day and then something happens like that.
It's maybe an unrealistic expectation that all violent acts will be completely done away with, but these mass shootings need to come to an end. It's like I said, incredibly puzzling and heart-wrenching thing that humans could do something like that to each other.
What happened in Charleston, it really made us stronger. It pulled us together. The world came together for Paris in their time of tragedy, and I think that's huge. That's an awesome thing for the world to do in such a terrible time. There are a lot of really bad people out there, and it's sad to think that this kind of thing happens too often. So.
I think the way to kind of overcome the tragedies and kind of beat all the bad that's going on is not to react with violence, but to react with positive energy and support within the community, and that's kind of what we've seen here too.
us at College of Charleston, for example, we're just a small community, but there are people like us all over the country, all over the world. And so if we each do our small part of trying to keep peace in the world, trying to accept equality, not trying to tell each other what to believe or what to do, then I think if we each play our part, we'll have a more ultimately peaceful world in the future.
While the recent attacks have shaken us, college students spread hope and encourage us to stand firm and united against terror. Our hearts and prayers go out to the people of France. William Smith, WLYH, Harrisburg.